Okay, it looks pretty good going for now. This is like a few minutes test. Looking pretty good. Okay, right. We're back. Right, we just about to go into the lobby now. But well, yeah, welcome back to the Speed Force Race, everyone. Welcome back to season 13. It's gonna be. It's been a while. It's been a while since we last streamed, but it's been amazing. It's been a long time coming, but yeah. Cheers, Tommy, for the message. Yeah, we are going. Yeah, it's time to go for it. Division 2. We've only got 2 divisions this year, but 2 divisions is more than plenty of action that we're going to be going into. So yeah, this is going to be more than interesting enough to see what's going to happen tonight in Bahrain. 80 minutes of action, then a 29-lap Grand Prix to fulfill our TV screens today. You probably can hear in the background that my fiance and my mate are watching The Walking Dead, but they're just going to chill away while I'm flapping my gums off. So, should be fun. Should be very much fun. 3 people watching the stream now, and thanks for all of you for tuning in tonight. You could probably hear my dogs whining in the background as well. That shadow you could probably hear. Yeah, it's just me tonight, but one's playing than nothing for this Grand Prix. As you can see, we've got all the usual lot still racing from last season. After what was lost me a very long time since we last streamed, probably 2 to 3 months ago that we last streamed. But this is it. Here we are, Bahrain. We've got to get all the usual features up. There we go, all done, dusted. So you can see all. We're glad to see everyone is in their cars, all ready to go. You got Estefan the Bear still going. Engine Dan still a long horse in here. Solid Cork is another long standard. Doran, Martin, who was demoted for Division 1 back into Division 2. Skylands is still racing, Mad G, Vicar, Giselodian, everyone else is all good to go. And we've already got a first car on track, and I believe it's Mad G in it? No? Is it Vicar? No? Who's out on track? We're going to find out. It's Mark QWERTY. Mark QWERTY in the Williams. It's out on track first in the Williams. He's been racing for a few seasons now. Still trying to pick up to speed, of course, in the Williams machine. So you know the drill to run this by now. 80 minutes of quali, and then the driver's going to have free choice attire going into the Grand Prix itself. It's going to be a really fun season. 9 weeks of racing. That's going to be happening with us ahead. And we've got 3 races a week as well. So we've got Division 2 and 1 racing on Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday. And then we've got the Realistic Performance Division, which is Realistic Performance cars. Same car but Realistic Performance on a Friday, which would be very additional. Hopefully we get those lot streamed as well. So Mark QWERTY out on the track at the moment in the Williams. So we've got 19 drivers at the moment. We've got always a full grid. If we get that one last driver ever in, one way to be returned with a full grid, that'd be amazing to see. So right now, Mark QWERTY is about to start his flying lap now in the Williams machine. Let's see how he cracks up in this one. He opens the taps now in the Williams, right in the number 34 for this season. And wearing the Williams colours, I can see it's one on the helmet. Goes into turn 1. It's pretty much the most favourite overtaking zone. That is, go through turns 2 and 3. And of course, that's one of the sniffiest points of the track as well on traction. Turn 4 is another overtaking zone as well. And of course, you have to be so controlled of the power as well. Turns 5 and 6, left, right, and then turn going to turn 7. And it goes a bit wide through there, and that's going to turn 8. Wide through turn 8, very wide, late for the turning. Yeah, feel free to comment in as well, see what you guys are thinking that we're back streaming again. Mark QWERTY, very, very orthodox line going into turns 9 and 10 there. Very interesting to see. Now turn 11. After he opens the DRS, now going for turn 12. About now. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, but it's okay for now. The Red Bull is sort of catching him out now. I believe that looks like to be Giselodian, I believe. So either Mad G or Giselodian that's closing up. And Mark QWERTY is now around the final 2 corners. And we're about to start, and now posting our very first time of the session is on 1:31.2, followed by Giselodian's on 1:32.0. So that's very interesting to see. And look at that for Pelderagis, really good lap there, 1:29.4, almost a few seconds faster than 1.8 seconds. And then there's Mad G posting in on the fastest time of the session. Really good lap there for Mad G. If I have a look, what the comparison, look at 200th of a second. Sonicor goes into 3rd, EKG MCFC goes into 4th. On the median compound tyre, which is pretty interesting to see. So I need to go back on my roots for this. So let's go. Let's find a driver. Let's find where's that driver I want to look at the moment? We've got a few tires coming in now. Magic tops. Vickers in 5th. Bears in 7th. Martin 6th. Team Twist TV Nerdy Average Gamer is in 8th. Doran's in 9th. Mindful Wasp in 11th. So that means Dan is in 15th there. We're only down to 14th. Let's have a look at Cafu in the Alpine. Scar is on the lap as well. He just started his run. So let's have a look at Scott Adams here with a 28-9 going through the second sector. He's in the final sector now, so let's see how he really pushes on now. Going down this back straight. There's three DRS zones going into this, probably 3 DRS zones. One going out of the final onto the main straight. Another one going up to turn 4, and another one going up to turn 11. So 3 DRS zones on this track. It's a 130.8 there for Cafu, pushing him up to 10th place. Let's have a look at Scott Adams and see how he's going on in the AlphaTauri. He's just coming towards the end of sector. He's just beginning. He's in the midpoint of sector 2. So let's see how he cracks on in through this run. Goes into turn 11 now. A bit wide there going through turn 11, but he can definitely make up the time. Go through. That's through turn 12, very difficult corner. Touch the curve, you will spin out. 107.2. Purple for the second set, only spins. Skyler to the 360, cut out to the final corner, and that will not make his life a little bit happy, for that, to be honest. Kilgore's under the validation. So everyone's done their first flying, done their first runs. Minus for Wasp. He's my dark horse for the season, actually. Performed really, really well last season. I raced with him a few times, actually, and he's my dark horse for the season. And I want to see a lot more out of Energy Dan as well, because Dan, I know what it is, he's so experienced, and so is Sonical. He's experienced along with Mad G. Mad G's a former Constructors champion as well, essentially Martyrs back in the day. So let's have a look at Dan, who's almost up to ERS now. Dan is in the Mercedes for this season. Last year he was in the Haas with Mike for Wasp, and both drivers switched to the Brackley team. And there's Mike for Wasp. Who's on their run? Let's have a look at Macari. Macari's on a lap in the Alpine, and he's also on the medium compound tyre. So let's see how Macari will do. Going down into this very difficult falls away from your corner. That's turn 13. Macari really I haven't seen him race before, but very interested to see how he does. Rocking out the number 7 in the Alpine. And now he crosses the line. It's Macari on the medium compound tyre. Goes into a respectful P15 on that tyre. EKG still on that medium compound tyre, still in 5th place, which is really good for him, to be fair. Bobcat was on an out lap, so we've got a few drivers on their out laps now. So we're going to do this. They're about to do their second run for this session. Mad G, who's still on pole position at the moment in the Red Bull. I wonder how he's feeling going into this season. I wonder, surely another dark horse for this championship. Such an experienced driver is Mad G. Such a strategic mindset going into this. Sonic Hawk as well, so experienced. Also the SFR owner. And what an owner, he is such a leader of the SFR family as well. So Mad G about to start his final lap with the pole sitter. Let's have a ride with him in the Red Bull. Let's have a nice onboard rubber Mad G then, shall we? As we go, we've got an Aston Martin that's coming out the pit to the right hand side there. Hoping it doesn't interfere, which it doesn't. A little bit wider going through turn 1, but that's pretty much standard on this track. We want to outbreak at some point. Very nice exit coming up to turns 2 and 3 there, now 2 and 4. The circuit does fall away for you at this point down here. And this corner, the exit, it's the exit that really spins you out. Through this very tricky sector, Clifford goes 5th, and goes to 6th. Nice exit for that. Let's see how tight he is going into the turn. Very nice one there from Mad G there. Turn 9 and 10. Squeezes the front from there, got out of the corner. Now turn 11. Nice and tight going into turn 11. Really hugs the apex. Now turn 12. Let's see how close it goes to the curb. Very nice and tight going through turn with turn 12, turn 13. Circuit falls away from you there. You have to go fourth gear through there. He can't take the corner for every ultimate to go fourth, which is fair enough. So turns 14 and 15 is the final two turns in this. That's a very good solid lap there from Maggi. And he says another time of a 1:29.0. Really good lap there from Maggi. Sonic Hawk on that's just my friends taking an absolute mickey out of me there. Pelder is in P2 at the moment, which is quite decent, fair dues to him. If AKG can set a solid lap on the mediums, what he can do on the softs, so we're about to find out soon. If you want to know how I'm getting this very good stable connection, then I'm going to have to say thank you to my friend Harry for providing me with this great internet connection he's given me here today. Without him, this would not be possible until our broadband comes in on May 3rd. Well, we're streaming from my own home, but in the meantime, Harry's been more than kind enough to give us his internet connection for the night. Because AKG towards the line, 1:29.1, a tenth slower than Maggi. And Pelderargus with the fastest lap into the 1:28 now. Really good lap there from Pelderargus. Really solitary lap. And Martin up there in the McLaren. And the third and fourth there for the McLaren boys. They look really strong going into this session. Let's have a look at Twitch TV average gamer, who's looks like he's out of fuel. And he's been all the way for a car. Very fair dues. Two cars actually, fair enough to them. The Aston Martins, they are 10th and 11th at the moment. Not looking good for the Astons at the moment. So right now it's all down to the boys at the top at the moment. With the, look at that, 1:28.9 for Pelderargus. That is really decent from the Alpha Tauri. Let's have a look at the guys down the bottom. Let's have a look at Gitanodian, who looks like he's going to start another run. Scott Adams, compared to the other Alpha Tauri with Pelderargus, Scott Adams, he really needs to get his foot down and see if he can be out there with his teammate for support. Here comes Gitanodian. Angie Dan there, up in P4. Really good lap there from Angie Dan, splitting the two McLarens. Really good work there for Angie Dan. That's more we'd like to see. And that is really good. So we've got McLaren and Mercedes, third, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So probably on the Mercedes teams there. We've got Hasta Spun. Probably most like it's Kilgabert. So Gitanodian, let's see how he does at the moment. In the other Red Bull, he is very experienced racer, Gitanodian. Of course, we've got Division 1 tomorrow at the same track for RB Racing in that car tomorrow. With the Division 1 reigning champion, which is SF5 Janetti. Of course, you want to follow all our content here in SFR, please like and subscribe, and you can watch all our previous races and all our previous content on there. So let's have a look at Gitanodian. Absolutely flying along at the moment. He is catching a Mercedes though. Hopefully the Mercedes will not impede him too much. Most likely they won't, because it's one of the two experienced Merc boys. Of course, Mercedes and Red Bull back in the past in real life days, literally slaughtering out. I mean, you talk about the Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton days back in the day, and it was a really good fight between the two of them. I watch all again on F1 TV, and it still amazes me to this day. Here comes Gitanodian, 1:29.8. Really good solid lap for Gitanodian from where he was. Now it comes our final runs very shortly. Esteban the Vicar, he's in 9th place as well. He's in the 5th moment. Sonic Hawk, out on his outlap now in the Ferrari, with a new set of soft tyres on to start his final run. We've got 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go going into this qualifying session, and then we go into the main race. Very excited this is, round 1 of 9. Before F1 23 comes out, I wonder who's pre-ordering that game, I wonder. Oh no, I will. At some point. So the court has got a Williams in front of him, but surely, again, it's not going to impede too much because it is on an outlap. SFR Maggi on an outlap. Very close between the top top 7 in it. Very, very close. We're talking, even with the top 10 alone, it's about 3/10 of a second between the top 4. And not to mention the fact that the top 3 are very, very close together. Almost within a tenth of each other. Almost around 2/10 of each other. Let's have a look at Sonic Hawk in the Ferrari. He's got a very important lap to do in the Scuderia. And look, Sonic Hawk has got traffic in front of him, including his teammates, and it's only Dan. And there he is. Surprised the Ferraris will not use the towing method there, but he's opted not to go for it. Sonic Hawk now goes to turn 4. That's those 5 and 6. Oh, and Sonic Hawk spins! Sonic Hawk has spun on the exit of turns, must have been turn 7 or 8. It's turn 8 he spun, and that's not good for Sonic Hawk, so he needs to get round and actually try and do another lap. If he's got another lap within him, he should do. He has got enough time to make another lap. Dan and Mike for Watson, we saw their laps too. Mad G is on his lap now. So right now it's all down to see who can provide the best lap possible. Who is going to be a 1:28.997. Mad G, can he produce a really, really good solitary lap? 1/10 quicker than his previous time. This is the Mad G we used to see, dominating at the, literally fighting at the front of the field. At the moment, he has got the Aston Martin in front of Dor. Most times if it's Dora or is it the Bear? They used to usually together in Aston Martin anyway. But the Mad G, with the DRS open, there's only Aston Martin not impeding too much, but looks like he is giving Mad G a little bit of a boost going down the back straight. So Mad G now really giving this Red Bull all he's got over in the pass of this Honda V6 hybrid, pushing down towards the back straight now towards the final 2 turns. And they come towards the final 2 turns now. Mad G still stuck behind the Aston Martin. He's his 3rd gear going around the final couple of corners. And he's using that toe in the Aston really well. And he's got a 1-2.0. Not enough. What about AKG? He's on it through the final sector. Dan is just about to approach the final sector. So Pelnaraga still holds pole for the moment. AKG is setting personal best, not the best, but it's the personal best. What about Dan? 2/10 quicker, so he's quicker than AKG at the moment. Here gets AKG in for Costa. Martin goes closer to 4th. Here comes AKG now, going towards the line now. Can the McLaren get in anyone in the voice? No. So here comes Daniel, still stuck behind the house in front of him, but it doesn't like it's not going to impede him too much. He comes down across the line now and stays P5. And Pelderagis doesn't improve, so what about Mindful Wasp? Will it be a sting in the tail for Mindful Wasp? I'm sure he's mindful about the situation that is. It's not going to be good enough. It's 140, he's literally made a mistake somewhere. So that looks like it's it. So Pelderagis and the AlphaTauri gets pole. Mad G in second, EKJ, also EKG, sorry, can't even pronounce your name right. Gets 3rd, Martin 4th. Only Dan, it's got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking, so he'll start at the back of the grid. But McLaren 3 and 4, Mercedes 5 and 6, Sonic Hawkins 6 for splitting the Mercs. Nerdy Average is in 8th, Vicker 9th, just loaded 10th, Dora 11th, Bear 12th, Bobcat 13, Kilgore 14th, the Haas will lock out 13-14. Cafu and McCarry, the Alpines 15th and 16th, Mark QWERTY in 17th. Only Dan will start last, and Scott Adams will start 18th. What an eventful qualifying that was. Sidar says he's run out of fuel after the final corner, which is a bit of a shame, actually, to say the least. Very big shame. But fair play, well done to Pelderagis for doing the business, going into the race. And now the formation that's so important, so important. Warming up the tyres and everything else, and then you've got to get the best possible launch as you can. Don't forget the drivers do have control over the starting procedures from now on, and I'm sure they'll go into the next game as well. Very, very interesting to see. About 2 seconds to go now before the race starts. There we go, about to go into the 29 lap Grand Prix of Bahrain before we go off to the next race in Saudi. Do you mind me? I do have a bit of a cold on me. But again, it's good to be back here on stream. It's been a while. Sadav put in the comments says, good race, boys. Well, hopefully it's a good race. What are those 3 Mercedes guys doing? What are the people doing? They're all standing literally weirdly at the front of their garages. They look like mannequins, which is really weird. But yeah, thanks for the comments, Sadav. Really good to see. But just wait now for the drivers to pit their tyres. Looks like Mike for Wasp is going for the medium. Looks like the mediums are just learning the same. Now, last time I did a load of runs during the Grand Prix mode. I did building up to this race, and it's especially in the second stint. After one lap, the hard compound tire can definitely kick in, but it's the first lap you got to very struggle most. But the medium compound tire is a very good starting tire to be on, especially when it's get a good start. Nine people watching the stream now. Welcome all. So yeah, we're at 0 seconds now. There's the 19 drivers ahead. So let's see what the drivers have gone for. Oh, very, very interesting to go for there. Medium, hard, medium. So the medium runners are Pelderagis, Martin. We got Nerdy Average. Thank you, Nikki, for the cup of tea there. Doran, Bear, Bobcat, and Kilgabert, and Only Dans. And we got the hard timers of Magi, AKG, Energy Dan, Sonical, Mindful Watt, and the Mercedes guys are going for the same time. McLaren's a split strategy. Vicar, just a load in on the hards. You also got Confu, McCarry, Mark Querty, Skyline is also on the hards. So very, very mixed. Very mixed grid. Very mixed grid going into this race, which is great to see for the drivers. So if Magic can really hook up those hard tyres, which I know he can try, it'll be very tricky if he does. And then if he can get a good start and then launch the car in a turn 1 without missing his braking zone, he can have good control in this race. But Pelderagis is some qualifying lap he did. With 128, the only guy in the 128 as well, which is great to see. The nerdy average gamer will soften the grid. He will not get to warm up his tyres. And of course the drivers have their own set amount of burnouts going into this. Pelderagis, what's his start procedure going to be like? All warming up now, going onto the grid. And as the drivers now lining their cars now onto the grid. McCurry, we got, look at that, oh, Pelderagis going over his marks, so it's a mad G. Well, it should have a very good, should have a really good decent advantage. The McLaren on EKG is a little bit far from his marks. So is Martin. Dan is literally pretty good on point. Sonic Cork just went over his marks. Mindful what's there in the Merc as well. Vicar, Giselodian is on there too, so we're about to get going. The first Grand Prix of the season is Martin got a drive-through penalty, jumped the start, so he's now got a drive-through penalty. Dramas for McLaren already and AKG, so both McLarens have a drive-through. As they're all going into somewhat bad camera view, so the McLarens are mad G. Dan, there's a big kerfuffle going into turn 1 there. Big massive kerfuffle. Giselodian is in there with Mindful Wasp. Dan has got a really good start. Got into the first corner. I need to remember that I need to use the square and then use the scroll. And Dan there in 4th place. So right now the leader at the moment is Mad G. Because both of the McLarens have got drive-through penalties. So Mad G leads with Dan 3rd, with 2nd place. Pelderagis so Maggi first, Dan 2nd, Pelderagis in 3rd place. Now Bobcat in there too. A little bit of a weird line there, but Pelderagis is already on the back of Dan's car already. Can he get past the Mercedes going into what looks to be turn 11? He's going to try the outside line. Dan defends turn 11, but can Pelderagis get the drive coming out of the corner? No, Dan just blocks him off. Really good, clever driving there from the experienced driver. Bobcat there in there too. We got Nerdy Average rocking out 7th place, but Mindful Wasp, the biggest loser, going out the start there. Let's have a look at the change of position. Before we do, Dan holding his position again against Pelderagis. Pelderagis just squeezes past the Mercedes, going into 2nd place, and both of the McLarens. Martin will do another lap, while AKG will do his penalty. So Dan is now a Bobcat. Actually, has got the highest positions in this race of 8, and the biggest loser will cause me AKG, who's gone through a massive downfall there, got into last place. So hopefully he can carry on and really push from what must be a dreadful start. And we got only Dan to mark. Only Dan is in trouble, I believe. Yes, he has. He's spun the Ferrari, so that's not good. Sonicor, why was the Sonicor for the start? He was up there, and he must have a very bad first lap from the sound of things. Let's have a look at Estefan the Vicar rocking out 9th place in the Williams. And it's got just alone all in front of him. It's got the Aston Martin of the Bear in front of him. Estefan the Bear, a very experienced driver too, who's trying to keep Mindful Wasp on it. This is working out for Mad G's favour. This is strategy. Working really, really well at this moment in time. Bobcat is on the back of Energy Dan as well. Sonic Hawk has gone past another driver down the inside of Kefu. And Sonic Hawk gets past Kefu into 11th place. And Sonic Hawk climbing up the field in that Ferrari, trying to make up for his poor start. Dora now getting past Kilgobert for 14th place. Martin 1:1:33.6, not stopping yet. He's probably going to stop on the final lap. He's probably going to go into the pits after the 3rd lap. Mad G there rocking out the 1st position, giving a good gap actually from Pelderagis, who's not even going to close down as much to Mad G. Dan is still holding out his 3rd place with Bobcat right behind. The DRS is now open. Now, if you don't know the Formula 1, as you know, you need to be within a second of the car in front to activate the DRS. 3 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight, 1 after turn 3 and the one after turn 10. Oh, Bobcat got a little bit weird coming out of the turn there as it goes into this very nice flowing right hand there. So top lot line of stern. So let's have a look at some other drivers. Let's have a look at just a loaded. Let's see how he's getting on. As a mindful Moscow's a little bit wider coming out to turn 10 there. Hopefully he's mindful that S13 the Bear is closing in on him. This is a battle for 7th. So right now, a bit of a messy first lap, but it looks like, oh, we got a spin out. It looks like it's McCarry. McCarry is literally spun around, and looks to be the Alpine. Yeah, it is. So McCarry spinning around. He's back on the road once more. Martin is taking his penalty, so he's going to go stomping down the field. Looks like it's going to be behind Mark Qwerty from the looks, if it's going to be right. It's a bad start for Martin for this season, hoping to climb up the field once more. So now the field is in perfectly good order. Maggi leads. Paldaragis is slowly closing in on the leader. The AlphaTauri on those Vina compound tires is supposed to be the quicker car at this stage of the race. But you've got to remember, those Vina compound tires will probably last around 30 to 16 laps before they start to deteriorate. So right now, Maggi has got the tyre advantage. In the later stages, but in the early stages, the advantage definitely goes down to Paldaragis. But Dando really holding out the third place really, really well. Keeping Bobcat. Oh, McCarry has retired in the pits. So that's one car out of the race. 18 to go. And look at that, Paldaragis 2 seconds behind. Maggi keeping it really on. It's probably waiting for the main straight to overtake Maggi. The Red Bull leads ahead of the AlphaTauri, so technically it is a Red Bull 1-2. Hello, Hijacked. Welcome to the stream. Hello to you too. By the way, Hijacked, welcome to SFR. Debutant for the new season tomorrow. Hope you enjoy your race tomorrow with us. So here comes Maggi now down the main straight with Paldaragis just behind. Let's say Maggi's got a really good exit there, coming out of the back straight. So really, Paldaragis didn't stand a chance. But let's have a look at Nerdy Average. Nerdy Average and Bobcat. Nerdy Average down the inside going into turn 1. This is for 4th place. Can Nerdy Average get past? No. Good defending there for Bobcat there. Really good work there. We got S13 the Bear as well. We've also got Doran and Kilgenberg spanning it out at the moment. So Kilgenberg and Doran, this is for 13th and 12th. And there's line of stern as well. Really good clean fighting there. Nerdy Average is all over the back of Bobcat, and this is for 4th. Very excited, looking forward to Royce probably in last place. I don't do no doubt for me. Let's have a good season, shall we? Oh, look at that switch pound new number for Nerdy Average. Can they get past Bobcat here? No. Paldaragis, Maggi, first plus second? No. Well, Nerdy Average and Bobcat? No. Nowhere near for them. While the squad, Energy Dan has got a very good 2-second cushion to Bobcat now, so he's got a healthy advantage, and Bobcat has spun, coming out of the ultra spin corner. Oh dear, Bobcat. What's the main rule? Going into turn 12, do not touch the curb, and he did. So Energy Dan has definitely been helped out there. Sonic Hawk gets another spot. Sonic Hawk actually, where is Sonic Hawk? He's going slowly. What's going on with Sonic Hawk? Sonic Hawk has been really held up there. He was making up some good ground, and now he's back into 12th. Why was the Sonic Hawk there? I haven't seen it, but now he's behind Scar Adams. And but better doing Scar Adams, it's time for 19th actually, up to 11, which is a really good first stint for him. Let's have a look at Gisolodian, and let's find the Vicar and the Bear. Mindful Wasp now is coming up to Nerdy Average. This will help on Dan help very much if he can get past Nerdy Average. And Sonic Hawk, and is that Sonic Hawk was spun? So the qualifying for Sonic Hawk has gone to waste there, going into 17th place, And AKG, who after his penalty, EKJ, or EKG, I'm just going to call him MCFC. MCFC has gone into 40s now after his drive-through, making a really good comeback in this of lap 6 of this race. Very close field at the moment. Quite sort of split actually from the front runners. Pelderagis, he needs to get past Matt G as soon as possible. Let's have a look at this. Bobcat on the inside of the Williams, and that's for the position. And MCFC just got right past Bobcat actually for 13th. So, but MCFC now gets past Bobcat, and we got a free wide going into this corner. And the very close between the two, Bobcat and Cafu, and Martin squeezes past them, just went past the both of them. Saying thank you very much. I'm going to take that position away from you, Cafu. Really good scrubbing at the bottom of the field. Let's have a look at Pelderagis to Mad G. Because Pelderagis was a lot more close to Mad G than the previous lap. That happened. Thank you. Spill my tea. Well, that happened. And Pelderagis gets past Mad G now for the lead. Well, I just spilled my tea all over my trousers. Oh well. Excuse me, don't want to talk with my mouth full. So let's have a look at the battle for third. Showing us for battle for third, Dan, Average, and Mindful Wasp. Wasp is sort of fallen behind now. Behind the Average Gamer. Mad G now, he is not going to give up on Pelderagis. Won't be sticking to the coattails of the AlphaTauri. We got S13 Doran as well, really close to Kilgobert, so we need to keep it on that very soon. Vicker is all over the back of the bear. He's really close, not close enough for the overtake. Let's have a look at Mad G going for the lead here. He's going to try and retain the position for the lead. Going into turn 1. Thank you. Another biscuit for me because I'm doing such a good job. And Mad G takes over the lead from Pelderagis. From Pelderagis now. He is now giving up. He's going to go back down the inside, going into turn 4. So Mad G and Pelderagis side by side, and Pelderagis has been contact with Mad G. And Dan on the hard compound just went straight past and saying thank you very much. Now I'm going to take that position away. And then the Average. What a move that was around the outside of Pelderagis. And that puts Pelderagis even further down into 4th place. Really good move for Nerdy Average. Really smart driving. And Pelderagis must be fuming inside that AlphaTauri helmet. And it gives Nerdy Average a bit of a bump down the back straight. And right streaks past him. Now you've got to take on Energy Dan now. Oh, and there's been contact between the two. And the Mercedes are 2 and 3 now. Pelderagis went straight into the back of Nervy's Average, probably missed his braking point, and that is him going straight down the order. That is really bad luck there for Pelderagis. Really strong qualifying. Now it's all deteriorating. Hopefully he can come back after this. So what we got now? Vicker on the back of the bear. Aston Martin against Williams. As they all get close now, goes one way, then the other way again. There's no way to choose what line he wants to choose at the moment. The Vicker chooses to stay behind the bear, going into this towards the second DRS zone. There goes Mindful Wasp. There goes these 3 drivers. The Red Bull are just alone. It's having a bit of a quiet time at the moment. Kilgobert and Doran and Scar Adams and Nerdy Average are all batting away. There's Scar Adams trying to go around the outside of Doran, not working out for him at the moment. And now Scar Adams in the fall for points here after what looks to be 19th place at the moment. And there's a bit massive squabble down the bottom of the field. I can't see who that is. Must have been Sonic Hawk and all that. Yeah, that's Sonic Hawk in the mix again, and it's gone back up into 15th place. Whew, very intense, a few laps at the moment. action-packed Division 2 at the moment for the first race of the season. First string back after 2 months of hiatus. Doran on the back of Kilgobert. Can Doran get past Kilgobert? I do not know. And it looks to me a no. Vicker at the moment trying to get past the Bear. Right now Mercedes are rocking out the podium, and this is really good stuff here for the Mercedes team. And right now Doran is trying to get past Kilgobert. Side by side they go. Going into this, and look at Scar Adams trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Can he get past the 2? Little bump between the tyres. Can Scar Adams do it? He can, going past them. That's 2 in 1 go for Scar Adams. Brilliant work from the AlphaTauri driver. Scar Adams with a fantastic move there. That is brilliant. Absolute sensational move for Scar Adams. One of the best overtakes drivers of the season already. .6 down from the Vicar, just loaded in the Bear, separated by what looks to be a few ways down. Unbelievable stuff, really unbelievable stuff. You yourself for 29 stats to slide off side by side battling tomorrow. Hopefully so, hi chat. Hopefully, looking forward to tomorrow, really am. Last time I still was down on steroids. If you want to know what he's on about, basically I met High Chat to join on what was just me around the lobby, and then we just literally had a massive fight throughout the entire final lap of Silverstone. Absolutely unbelievable fight. Had a kind message from him, and I then went into this league, and he's looking forward to it. And the Bear is spun around in the Aston Martin, and that will be dropping him down the field, down like a stone, and that will put him probably down in 12th place, because there comes Martin. The McLarens are very slowly climbing up. That was the most fun battle I've had in a long time. What is going on with NTST? He literally just went left and bammed into the boards there. Really weird there for the McLaren. And then yeah, I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Hi Jad, this is your first time with us in SFR. I really hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Really hope you enjoy what you're seeing at the moment. This will be the kind of race you'll be looking forward to. Sonic Orbit, another place of Mark Querty. That's him at the 13th place. So that's another place gain for the Ferrari after his poor few laps. Thank you, Hi Chad. It's really good. Thank you. Loving it. Good comms, lad. Thank you so much, Hi Chad. One day you should come over the comms booth with me. Probably next week if you're offering. That's me offering though. Just a Lodian on the back of Estefan the Vicar. Mindful was now on the back of his teammate. Now what are both of the Mercedes going to do? They are literally tooth and nail. Now what's Mindful was going to do with Dan? Are they going to they are in a party together. I know this from Dan's streams. So are they going to communicate, or they're going to fight? Is it going to be team on at the Mercs? We do not know. MCSD is on the back of the Haas of Kilgobert. So is the Mercedes swapping? We're going to have a look now because they are fighting away. That looks like a team order there for Mercedes, and MCFC gets past Kilgobert for 9th place. And yeah, Dan staying behind. So his team orders at Merc. So right now at this point in the race, Mindful Wasp is going to try and close down the gap to Mad G, which is really important. So Red Bull leads the two Mercedes at the moment. Doran on the back of Scar Adams in the AlphaTauri. Where's Paul Duragas in 17th place, 14 seconds behind Cafu. He's going to be seething in there at the moment, but he has just stopped. So hopefully he can literally climb back up the field as everyone else stops. Really entertaining. The field is starting to spread out just a tiny bit. So hopefully this will be made. Hopefully this will probably be calming things down. Two minutes on the project, keeping this energy for tomorrow. He's very excited, isn't he? He's hijacked. Very, very excited. Dora now on the back of Scar. As another driver pitting now is now the average. As long as Red Bull is on the podium tomorrow. We'll see. We're sorting things out on our end. You focus on your race tomorrow. But yeah, you want to know, I'm driving Red Bull and he's probably in the, and Hijack is probably, it's most likely in the Mercedes, so Nerdy Average comes out in, looks to be 15th place. So hopefully that's a good decent stint. Hopefully a good second stint for him. Doran. Exactly. Oh dear, Hijack Gaming, we love you. He's loving life in SFR. And looks like Dan is still singing coattails with Mindful Wasp. At this point, Hijack Gaming will probably just be called SFR Hijacked at this point. Anyway, that's the name suggestion for you, Hijack. SFR Hijacked. So, SFR and Dan, very touching the curve on the inside, very risky going into there, but it looks like he's coding us very well. Sonic Org on the back of the bear, two experienced drivers. Look at Sonic Org going right round the outside of the bear. Really good move there from Sonic Org, right round the outside. Really good move. Let's see how the McLarens are doing. MCFC on the back of Doran. So Aston Martin at the moment going very strong at the moment. 7th and 11th, doing a very good respectful race at the moment. And speaking of which, there goes one of the Aston's now, Doran taking on Scar Adams. Now Scar did overtake Doran in the previous laps because of Doran's tyres of 13 laps old. He's probably got a few laps left in there before they start to reach the cliff. And he still can't get past Scar Adams at this point in the race. So right now he needs to keep it aware of MCFC because he's on the hard compound tyre, and this should be at this point with the hard tyres now gonna come into their own. Really push on because Mark Querty now, he's on the back of Bobcat, who's struggling out there on the medium compound tyre. So right now the medium compound runners are only 3 left. Dan is struggling, Bobcat is struggling, and it looks like Doran is struggling as well. So it looks like the medium compounds have reached their end of their life here. So at this point, at this juncture, the hard compound runners are now got the first stranglehold in the race. So at this point, at this juncture, as you can see, Sonic Hawk just keep on pounding along around the track. Just a loader now is caught out to SFR the figure for 4th at the moment. Looks like that she's extending that gap now to Mindful Wasp. Really good stuff. And as you can see, Doran is pitting. Doran is pitting from 7th place. So let's see where he will come at. We're going to find out where he comes out of. The Alpine and the Williams are versus the Rivers for 11th. This is Mark Querty and Confu goes right past the Williams, straight past him into the inside. Can Mark Querty break late? He does, but he's got the inside line. Confu takes 10 feet away from Mark Querty's Williams, and he'll now soldier on to chase down Bobcat. SFR Doran out of the pit into 12th place. Mad G at the moment got a 9.3 second advantage over Mindful Wasp. So right now, Mad G is absolutely flying out on the strategy he's on at the moment. Really going to give him a good advantage going into the pit stops. Just a load-in, got a very good, good stint as well. Let's have a good update actually on the position change. As you can see, Scar Adams 12 places gained. Scar Adams has had a really good race starting from 18th place. He's now up 12 places in the Alpha Tauri, giving his teammate a really good showing here of how the Alpha Tauri is going to perform. Mad G is in the pits now, so let's have a look at it. Stop onto the medium compound. He's out, up and away. Mindful Wasp, what's he going to do? Is he going to pit, or is he going to be trying to carry on? Mad G should come out behind the McLaren of MTFC and ahead of Sonic Hawk. And he will do. Sonic Hawk is just there, just showing in the picture. But looks like Mad G's got this covered into 6th place. And where's Energy Dan? Has he stopped? I think he has. Yeah, Energy Dan stopped. So Mad G has stopped. Is he going to be ahead of Cafu? It's going to be really close between the two. And Energy Dan just gets ahead of Cafu. But with that holding Cafu up, Mark QWERTY is now on the back of Cafu once more. Can he get the DRS activated? No, he's not within a second. He'll have to stay behind the Alpine for now. So Dan just gets away with that there. Just a Lodian. Still on the back of the Vicar. Still can't get past him. MCFC doing a really good job at the moment with holding on to 5th place. Mindful Wasp, he's got to stop at this point now to cover off Mad G. Mad G at the moment is literally coming up to turn 11 now. So if he can get a good stop here, he can try be as close to Mad G. It's not gonna overtake Mad G, but he can get ahead, get closer to him. The gap was previously around 9 seconds. Five people watching the stream, welcome all to the bar for the first race of the season. And Scar Annans will take the lead on the Grand Prix for starting 18th. So really good work there from him. As Mindful Wasp comes down on the pits now, he's going to be ahead of his teammates, but the gap to Mad G is a different story. We got a yellow in sector 1. Who's that for? Probably for Sonic Hawk, I believe, or I don't know. It's for only Dan to believe. And his Energy Dan just coming out behind his teammate. So Mindful Wasp 9.2 seconds. This is a good little fight behind at the moment. The Red Bull just Elodian, who stopped as well. He's come out behind Mark QWERTY. Really good midfield scrabbling with the two Williams cars, Vicar and Mark QWERTY. Really squabbling out. Mark QWERTY has not stopped yet, so looks like the Vicar has stayed ahead. Looks like he's ahead of his teammates, so he's going to try to do a job now. Mark QWERTY needs to do a job now, holding up for Gislodian. If you're going to try catching him down in line, but he's on a fresher compound tyre. Let's see if I missed any of your comments. Nope, not as yet. Mindful Wasp now trying to close in on Sonic Hawk with the fresher tyres. No, that's Energy Dan. Sorry, that's only down to Lance Ferrari. You can see in front of him. Ferrari's not going to put him off. Mad G 32.3. 32.3 on the fresher compound. So Mad G is flying, having a very comfortable race is Mad G at the moment. But what about this? I wonder if Elderag is probably thinking about a Stewart's report against Mad G, but that is another story for the next race next week. MCFC now catching up the Skylines for the lead. But this is Mad G is the provisional leader when those two stop up ahead of him. Mindful Wasp 8.8 seconds, so the gap has come down slightly. Well, I don't think it has actually. I think Mad G's extended his gap. This gap behind of Energy Dan, this battle here is really getting really intriguing. Nerdy Average currently going to just Elodian. This is for 10th and 9th. Just Elodian holding on still to Nerdy Average. Nerdy Average is trying to catch down to the Red Bull, but he's getting held up here by SFR the Vicar. Holding on, only just to SFR. It's just holding on to SFR the Vicar. Should probably get a set up for Bahrain, shouldn't I? You probably should, yes. I think hijacked. Maybe a few laps in. Well, if you want to hijack, we can do a few laps together if you want to. I don't know, but I didn't really be doing that since we're not teammates, but we can always have some fun together, I suppose. Estefan the Vicar is passed through, but he's confused in the pits after 17 laps on his tyres. Mercedes 5th and 6th. There will be third and second and third when Sonic Hawk pits. The Sonic Hawk still going along. He's probably extending actually to the soft compound tyres actually. As a few exits the pits, probably behind Bobcat. So let's have a look at that little look at that actually. You got a yellow flag. I think this is for Pelderanus and Martin. Or is it Pelderanus, Pelderanus and Doran? This is a very tight midfield. Actually, so Confused just gets out ahead of Bobcat, but this is a really intriguing midfield scrap. Very, very close between all these drivers. Estefan the Vicar is still holding on to Angie Dan. Not only that, probably closing in on him because he's got the DRS on him. Very, very interesting to see from that sort of view. Gisolonian in the Red Bull, he's still holding on to Estefan the Vicar. There's a time to become a little bit of a DRS train going on around here. Presence for the week. Never is. Ever since that last race of the season I had in going out of Miami, I've been non-stop practicing ever since the calendar was announced. And by week, I mean successful. Oh, hi Jan, you're a joke. So funny. Let's have a look at the ADFC. Still stuck behind Scar Adams. Their lot are pushing to the soft tire as well. So that's very interesting here. So Scar, Adams, MCSC and Sonic Hawk are all pushing on for the soft compound tire. They are extending, and Mad G is closing in on these lot by good rate or not. It is closing in. Mindful Wasp is not making any gains at all. The Sonic Hawk, which is quite surprising, and Vicar all over the back of Energy Dan's Mercedes. He is closing in lap by lap by lap, and this is getting very, very interesting to see how this all ends up. Dan gets a really good exit though, going out of turn 10 there. It was really, really good for him because he can literally hold off. Look at this, just a load in, having a little load there on Vicar. But the Vicar holds on only just to just load his Red Bull. They're starting to get a bit of a gap. Scott Adams now pits for second place. This probably most likely to be for the soft. Let's have a little look at this while this fight's going on. Scott Adams pits now. It's medium. That's very interesting there from the AlphaTauri. I would have thought they would have put on softs, but no, I was wrong. And look at this. So right now, Gisolone is closer to the Vicar than to the Vicar is closer to Empty Dan. So right now, Vicar actually pointing the inside of Dan's Mercedes, trying to get the job done. There is Scott Adams. This is all turned into a bit of a close call, but they all sort themselves out. There's nearly average all over the back on Scott Adams, but he's not close enough to make a bit of an attack. So right at this moment in time, Scott Adams has got their advantage of the fresher tyres. Sonic Hawk, is he actually going to go to the end on these tyres? Because I don't think he started on those tyres. I think he hasn't. No, I think he has to stop, I think. So Sonic Hawk needs to pit still. I don't know if Sonic Hawk has pitted, I need to be corrected, but at this moment in time, he got a yellow flag. That is Doran having problems, and that is Ola Dance having another spin. So as I said, look at all these drivers. Like, was it trying to think, is it 6 cars probably? Really close patch, to be fair. Really, it really is. Really close actually for the battle for 5th. It could be anyone's race for 5th. Dan's in the way. MCFC pits now. So let's have a look at what he's going on. Is it softs? Is it soft time for MCFC? It is. So MCFC onto the soft compound tyre. Now where is he going to come out? There is Mindful Wasp. This will make a great MCFC race. There's this train of cars coming on now. Where is MCFC going to come in all of this? There is the Vicar having another look on Dan. There is Gisolone around the outside on the Vicar, trying to get past him. The answer is no. because Vicker holds on only just. But look at this, MCFC after a drive-through penalty is up into 7th place. And Scott Adams down the inside. No, there's not a chance, he says. But guess what? Scott says, no, thank you. I'm coming through. Thank you very much. I am through into 7th place, he says. Now it's on the back of Gitalonian. Very close fight for the midfield. So at this moment of time, you've got to give NCFC a bit of credit here for the what's to be a soft tyre start. Soft tyres, what drive-through penalty at the start, and then after that, literally stinting it out to the softs and getting past Scott Adams with so much ease, re-overtaking him on the same lap as Scott Adams did on turn 4, and now he's after Gitalonian. Look at this, there's a long train of cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars, all battling out for positions. Mad G is just cruising at the front. MCFC now on the back of Gitalonian. You just got to give MCFC a lot of credit. You've got to give him heart. And look at Vicker on the back of Dan's Mercedes. He's finally gets past him. So Vicker gets past Dan's Mercedes. MCFC now gets past Gitalonian's Red Bull. So MCFC now having to 6. If MCFC can get past all these cars, you've got to give him possibly a chance of possibly getting by on the podium here. NCSC now on the back of Dan. Can he look at it? He is so comfortable. Look at the confidence he has. Want to get past Dan going to this corner? No, he's going to try the switchback move though. He's going to get the drive coming out of the turn. No. Oh, who's that spun round? It's Scott Adams. Scott Adams in the Alpha Tauri. It's spun round. No. Look at this. There it's made for Walsh. He's in 3rd. If can MCFC do what he can and get past AJ Dan's Mercedes. It's going to be a very, very difficult job for AJ Dan here to hold back a very confident MCFC who's going to try around the outside. Around this corner, they both make contact again. And then both gone off. Dan and just alone go down the inside as well. And then Dan get past Dan. Oh, it's very close between the two. Now side by side between MCFC and Nerdy Average. Nerdy Average down the inside of MCFC, but MCFC's all good progress comes to worse against him. MCFC now trying to get past Dan, trying to get past just alone, trying to get past AC Dan. Gets past the Mercedes, 5th place for the Red Bull. MCFC on the back, on side by side with Nerdy Average, still side by side. And gets past to go into turn 2. So the MCFC gets past Nerdy Average. What a frantic couple of laps that was. Pellerag is now around the outside. No. And MCFC now down the outside of Dan. No, not going to chance. Now switches back on the Mercedes. They have made contact on the previous lap, and Dan's going to close the door on MCSC. And now Dan MCSC now can get the drive now on Dan. Coming out turn 10. Sonic Hawk is not boxed yet, and there's been a kerfuffle, I believe. The Alpha Tauri and the. What's going on down there? That is Scott Adams and another source of bother. Looking between Doran and Scott Adams, I believe. MCFC has finally got past Dan. And they haven't yet, because there's like Dan and MCFC made a collision again going into, well, that's be turn 13, 40, 50 now. Nerdy Average has gone past them again. What is going on between MCFC's helmet? And MCFC again trying to close in on Dan, but he needs to get past Nerdy Average. And obviously he's going to get the slipstream from the Mercedes. The Mercedes squeezes him. They're all touching. Oh my word! What on earth happened there? MCFC got bulldozed there. Dan is not having none of it. Well, if you want to board McLaren, call McLaren Airlines. My word. That McLaren went absolutely went launching him into the air. Never seen that before. Well, if you want the next trip to next flight to Bahrain, you need to call McLaren Airlines, and now the average has been from 6th place. And MTFC and Dan are still squabbling. These two are not going to like each other at the end of this. MTFC giving an enhanced push going into turn 10, and he's going to let his teammate go. He's going to let Martin go through. He's going to say to him, you know what? You have a go. If everyone's watching this race now, you're in for this is a real treat of racing. Kifune now on the back of the bear. This is the 13th place. Mark Quetti on the back of Bobcat as well. Sonic call 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he is stopping. Vicker in 3rd place at the moment, but he is holding off Gitalonian. Now all battling for the final positions. Poor form from the Merc, probably. Yeah, look at this. MTFC, he gets past his own teammate. So MTFC's decided, you know what, I'm going to get another McLaren another go. I just say, naughty Merc. Well, that's just, well, this is racing. What can you do? Scott Adams. Well, Division 2 promised to be a 5 West of a race, and never thought it was given this much action in one race. Let's see how MCFC and MG Dan again fighting it out for 6 or 7. This is going to be interesting. So what's MC going to do? Is he going to tag Dan again in the same turn, or is he... That's a quick way to meet the stewards, MG Dan. Well... They love racing, don't they? And things do get a little bit out of hand at this point. But here we go. MCFC and Zidane once again. Can he get past it? No. He's going to try for the better drive. Turn under turn 13. I'm looking at where Dan is looking at. He's going to see John down the inside. Outside, no. He's going to try the better drive. Turn out to the final corner. Let's see if NCSC can get past Dan's Merc. DRS open. Dan defends. Outside line. Dan squeezes MCFC. Now Dan can probably have to get the position up, but MCFC finally gets past the Merc. After what? MCFC went airborne, and now Dan he's got the DRS. He swings to the inside, dummies him. Dan holds on, almost touching, and Dan holds off Martin, but can't get past MC. That is position gained for NCSD. Finally, the McLaren is through. Both McLarens will drive through penalties. Total of what, lap 1 and lap 3 are in the points. Fair play to the both. Both of your driving days, by the way. Kilgore span on the exit on the X's, but it's supposed to come back onto the track in front of Bobcat. Very comfortably ahead of Bobcat, to be fair. Pelderagas, really good recovery drive at the moment. Matt G, 22 seconds ahead. We don't even mention much of Matt G, to be fair. He's just been in himself, really. Very easy race for Matt G at this rate. He's acting like Max Verstappen at the moment. Let's see how this S13 the figure gets on with Michael Wasp. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. S13 the Vicar and Wasp. Can Wasp sting him towards Gisalonian's Red Bull, or is it going to be the other way round? Martin on the back of Dan's Mercedes. Sonic caught with the fastest lap of the race. And look at this, they've got SFR in the band now, Cafu. I actually take a bit of a drink there, but then we go back to the action. Bear, Cafu, side by side. No chance. And Scuffy holds on to 12th. Really good racing from Division 2 today. Really good racing. Very action-packed. Very lot of fireworks at this rate. Eight people watching now go to the final lap of this race. Mad G starts the final lap. Can Estefan the Vicar can get past Mindful Wasp? Sonic Hawk, what happened to him during qualifying? All tables are turned. Vic's got one last chance to take down Mindful Wasp. He's a really, really good braking zone here. Going into this corner. Martin on the back of Dan. This is for 7th. Martin on the outside of the Mercedes. Dan had to concede to the Scotsman, and Martin gets up to 7th. McLaren's going to pick up really good points for this. Estefan the Vicar, and Dan's got for his second time penalty for multiple warnings. Crossing the white line's a bit too much. But let's talk about Mad G. Mad G, what a drive he's having. Cruising at the front. Beautiful on the strategy. And with this dominant performance today, what's going to be like for the rest of the season? This is a really strong starting front, Mad G. All out on his own. 22 seconds. Max Verstappen S drive. Easy day in the office for the Red Bull. And here comes Mad G now, right in the final two corners. He's swaying left to right. He knows he's won it. Mad G wins the first Grand Prix of the season. And look at this. Estefan the Vicar and Mindful Wasp. Oh, they made contact and Estefan the Vicar spun it. So just alone in the Dutchman has gone past. And Mindful Wasp, big fair play to him. As in, Mindful Wasp is going slowly. Mindful Wasp is going slowly. He's got to try on Powder Rockets. Just alone it will take second. So Red Bull get a 1-2 and Powder Rock is third. So technically it's a Red Bull 1-2-3 MCFC. Beautiful drive-in or drive-through penalty. Mindful Wasp is run out of fuel. Mindful Wasp run out of fuel. And the end of the race. What a drive for the McLarens. Mindful Wasp 5th. Martin 6th. Vickers 7th. Verdi average 8th. Dan 9th. Doran 10th. What a frightening through last time that was. But Mad G gets the drive, gets the victory. Unbelievable stuff. But that is really, really good driving from Mad G. I know I've got the music turned off, I know. Because I forgot to turn the music straight to the Formula 1 games music, but I had the copyrighted music on, so that's my bad on that one. But hey ho, that's what it is at the end of the day. But there we go, here's Mad G onto the top step of the podium. 22 seconds. What's that going to be for the rest of the season? And Red Bull picking up strong constructors points. Going into Saudi. Are they the team to beat, I wonder? What a perfect start for them. 1, 2, 3 for the Red Bull family. And there you go, Mad G celebrates Gislodian and Pelderargis. Celebrating the victory. And there you go. There's the final line now. Mad G wins the Grand Prix just alone in second. Pelderargis third. MCFC fourth. Mindful Wasp fifth. Martin sixth. Vickers 7th, Nerdy Average 8th, Dan 9th, Doran 10th, Confuse 11th, Bear 12th, Kilgabert 13th, Wildcat 14th, Mark Ryder 15th, Sonic All 16th, Dan 17th, Skyrim's 18th, McCarry in 19th place. We're probably going to hear both of the drivers soon. Well, 3 of the drivers, including Pelderargis. Hopefully get them for an interview. Let's hear what they had to say. We're just waiting now if we can get any interviews from the top 3. Well, any driver really who wants to come in for an interview. Well, that's a fun one. What a race. we come back to. So yeah, so now we're just waiting on the drivers if they want to come in. I'd love to have NCSC and them just in the same lobby. Very true. And there's Mad G joining the party now. So we're going to go into virtual showroom, need to remember. And we'll go into this one, boom. And more info, and there. There we go. Got a good view of the Red Bull now. Just go wait for Jizz to load in and Paul Duragas. Make sure all your it says I'll allow your voice to be shared always. Just loading here.
Hey guys. Hey hey.
Hey hey. Hey hey. Hey hey.
Unexpected P2.
We'll get onto that very shortly. If we'll give Paul Duragas until probably another 2 minutes. If he doesn't join in this 2 minutes, we'll start getting live interviews. You two can just calm yourselves.
Yeah. How's life, Oliver?
How's life? Very, very good, thank you. Very, very good. Look forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to tomorrow in my first ever race in Division 1. Can't wait. So can't.
Good.
And driving the same car as you two tomorrow, so I'll try and make it what must be another Red Bull dominance, but hopefully it's giving the same result. So we're just going to wait for another minute, and Penrod not going to come up, and then we'll start the interviews. But yeah, before we start the interviews, guys, make sure you find your voice I said you allow the voice always to be shared. Make sure. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Make sure you'd like to subscribe to SFI for all of our content. Looks like Parderak is probably joining the interviews, probably not. But anyways, Mad G, what a race! Dominant performance, Max Verstappen-esque. But comfortable afternoon for you.
I will be really honest. I mean, I've said this in the group that we've had. I did not expect this whatsoever, because I've seen the pace of some of these guys, and they're a lot quicker than what I could expect. But I don't know. It's something just fallen in place with this track, because I've won it 3 times in the past 4 seasons, and it's just one of those tracks I like, and I don't know, just kept it together.
I mean, this is like so reminiscent of you back in the Renault days with Sensei Martin's, you in that Renault with him. This is like the Mad G we first seen when you came into SFR in season 6, when you came and joined at the same time as I did. And look at this pace now, literally 22 seconds. That is a disgusting gap compared to the rest of the field. And having just a loading up there with you, Red Bull 1-2, you couldn't ask for a better start to the season, couldn't you?
No, you actually can't. It is basically Red Bull-esque as it is now. In season 6, I was not this kind of person I am now. I think a lot more has developed with what I can do. Yes, I mean, back then I was always good with strategies and this and whatnot, but now I've kind of remembered how I used to do that, and I've just bought it in play and just thought, just racing my own race, just think what I'm doing, not anyone else. That's it really. But yeah.
I mean, you had a bit of a torrid time last season in the Williams, so you're couldn't get to grips now. But now you're driving the Red Bull now. Is this a bit of a change for you going into the season? A bit of a new approach now after you had a good week off season. Now you're in the Red Bull. Is this not a different Maggi we're going to see now?
No, it's still going to seem the same person I've always been. There's going to be nothing different. This is just a one-off, like I've always said. This is just a one-off. Yeah, because I just feel so comfortable around this track. And come next week, I could be further back down the pack as well, like it was last season. I was nowhere. I think don't expect great things. This is just a one-off. That's it. I was just lucky. Anyway, I just like this track.
I mean, Bahrain is a very good circuit, to be fair, very nice and flowing. So, what's your hopes going into the season then? Is there going to be a title charge, or is it going to be try to be consistent, or is it trying to aim for a few more victories? What's your goals for this season?
I think, to be honest, it's actually just enjoying it. No matter who wins, no matter who's behind me, who's in front of me, who's challenging me, I just want to enjoy myself. That's all I want to do, and that's what I've been doing now. It's just enjoying myself, and that's it.
So, what's
Enjoy
your
yourself.
goals? Fair enough. What's your goals going into the next race? Next race, Saudi?
Finish it.
Finish it. Very close, fast action walls.
Oh yes.
Right, Jizzle.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I was expecting to be on the podium after what seems to be a very, I'm going to be honest, a very poor showing qualifying around the bottom of the top 10, but you really put it all together in the strategy. Well done for getting a 1-2 for Red Bull. What made your
Yeah,
race work today?
yeah. I didn't expect it myself either to be on the podium. I was hoping for a top 10 finish. I qualified in 10th position. Um, but yeah, it all came together, and I do like the track a bit. It suits me. So I was hoping for probably 10 till P5, but yeah, the second place was not in my head. I was a bit lucky, of course, because Mindful Wasp ran out of fuel, I think, in the
Yeah.
last corner, probably, or last straight. So I was a bit lucky, but yeah, happy to be on top, and I'm happy that we have a full division now with I think today 18 or 19 players. That makes it
I
nice to
mean,
race each other.
what Jizzle is all about there is true because last season, let's just say, attendance was literally, and
Yeah,
now going into the season, it's looking a lot more promising now for us for SFR. We've got new drivers coming in now, week by week by week. We even got some of the old guards coming back in now, which is another topic for another matter. But on to tonight alone, you had so many good battles during that for the fight compared to Matt G, who had a pretty much an easy day in the office. You had a very busy day in the office, but in the
yeah,
midfield, and now on the podium. So, any good fights? You like to have an
yeah.
honourable mention? Any honourable mentions? You had a good fight today.
Yeah, with the Vicar, I had good fights. I ended up behind Dan. That was nice. The Vicar was quick, I think. I was lucky passing him. I think, if I be honest, if he finished normally, I think I wouldn't have passed him. But yeah, I had some nice fights. Like I said, it's nice to have a full lobby. And like Maggie also said, my teammate, of course you hope to finish high, but in the end it's all about having fun and being able to race against somebody. And if that's in the top, that's nice. But if it's a bit lower, that's also fine. Like you said, last season we had a bad attendance, and then if you drive alone the whole time, that's not nice.
No, it never is. And
No.
so going into the rest of the season, what's your goal? So it's going to be like Mad G, just having fun, or is it going to have some good goals? Probably, are you trying to get one victory out of the season, or possibly two? Probably fastest laps.
Ooh,
What's your goals? What's your goals for the rest of the season?
victories I don't know, but yeah, hopefully I finish every race in the points. That's my big goal.
So constructors points for Red Bull, possibly.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying you're going to be Sergio Perez.
Probably. Yeah.
So we're going now to the AlphaTauri because technically it is a Red Bull 1-2-3 because we got an AlphaTauri on the podium. Pelderagis, hello.
Hello.
Now, so bit of an incident going on the second lap between you and Mad G, but you literally climbed up the field up to third. Well done to you. What a comeback drive you had after after a little bit of an incident, but well done on a comeback.
Thank you. That was a pretty nice race. And oh, yes, but I think our pace was very good. But was one battle with the Machi. But I have to be a little bit more patient. That kind of situations, but and after that I got hit on my back and I spun around again, and then I was some P17 or something like that. So I think that let's do some points maybe. A little bit surprised P3.
So So you had a good comeback up to P3. I mean, this pace now, is this like a telling sign? So what's going to be like for the rest of the season? Down to your pace? Is it gonna be something you're going to be really expecting now? Going
I
into
have
what looks to be a really good season for you.
I have no idea how many chances I have time to racing. Maybe couple of races only. But when I can race, I will maybe more maybe more P3, P2, or
You
maybe
sound
some.
you sound exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. You sound exhausted after this race.
I am a little bit. I am a little bit. That was because that was first race with a wheel for me, and it's it's like a sport.
It is, yeah. You sound absolutely tired. But what made you race for you? Was it the battles? Was it the strategy? What made you race for you today?
Maybe the strategy was good for me because I got a little bit early to go the hards and try to do some undercuts with that, and that works also. Maybe that was best best thing for me.
So going into are you racing next week for Saudi?
I'm not sure. Maybe no.
Ah, fair enough. Well, I know you are, Jizzle. So what's your hopes for Saudi? What's going to be your hopes for Saudi?
Make some points and go to the finish line.
So wherever you're racing, so Jizzleodian, what about you? What's your hopes for Saudi?
I won't be there. I'm going on holiday to New York, so.
Oh, look at him meeting Spider-Man and that. Joking.
Yeah.
Well done to you, Freak. Well done for an extraordinary race. If you want to watch the string back, it's a very action-packed race. But yeah, thank you for joining you, Free. Thanks for having your time for me to interview you. And thank you to you guys as well for watching the race. Our first string back after what looks to be a long time. And now,
One final thing, please. One final thing.
Go ahead.
Ollie, it's great to have you back in the Consbot, bud. We've missed you a lot. And
I
of
fully
course,
agree.
Xander, Pelly, you were great racers today. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations to the Red Bull.
Thanks,
Great
mate.
race.
hey, you know what? I'm racing for Red Bull tomorrow, so I'll try and make you guys proud with Janeji.
Don't let me down.
Let's go.
Good luck with that.
It's my debut in the fastest division of all time, which is leads me on to tomorrow. I'm racing tomorrow with Janeji and all the fantastic drivers in Division 1. I can't wait to see how that race goes. With Sonic Court's commentary, I can't wait for that. And Hijack's debuting tomorrow. Definitely loads of drivers to be to race tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to it. So yeah, thanks
Take
for watching,
care.
guys. Thanks for watching, and see you till tomorrow. Ta-da!
Ta-da. Bye-bye.